Hello and welcome to Coaster Strike. My name is Tom, and in today's video I'm going to be predicting Planet Coaster Console's next DLC for March 2021. We just very recently received the Vintage and World's Fair DLC bundle, which included obviously the Vintage and the World's Fair, which is essentially a Vintage, which is sort of like the old classic stuff, and World's Fair, which is all this different scenery from all the different countries. This technically means we now have 6 DLCs in the game, the 2 that came with the Deluxe Edition, the Adventure and Spooky with the first set, and now the World's Fair and Vintage. So, what will be next? Well, hopefully I can answer that, as well as when it will be, and whether it's worth you getting it. But let's start with what, because, well, that's probably the easiest question to answer. On screen right now are the only remaining DLCs to be added to the game, and as you can see, well, most of them are very small packs, like the Back to the Future, the Knight Rider, and the Munsters. The biggest one that I can guarantee, though, is the Studios pack, the trailer for which you're seeing right now. This pack focuses on animatronics and scenery, as well as special effects in all stuff like that. This is by far the largest remaining pack, so I can pretty much guarantee it will be added to the game. Now, this may come as a solo pack, or it may be a pairing, as with every other DLC that has come before. I mean, it's going to be a pairing. That I can also pretty much guarantee. Now, what will it be paired with? Well, as I said, 3 of them are very small packs, which mainly just focus on a few car pieces, but the Ghostbusters is a decent sized pack. You've got some special effects, some buildings, and it's a really great pack. So I'd say that's a pretty much 100% Studios and Ghostbusters mix. I mean, it could be something else, but I very much doubt it. So now that we've got the what out of the way, let's talk about the when. Now, the first set of DLCs that were added to the game were on the 10th of December, 1 month after the game's launch. Then, 77 days later, they released the next set of DLCs, which clearly shows that it's pretty much randomized when they release their DLCs. All that I can really say is I'm guessing at least a 2-month gap between, so sometime in April, late April, maybe early June. But gun to my head, if I had to pick an exact date, I'm going to say June the 3rd. I mean, it's going to be wrong, but, you know, it's worth a shot. So, on to the final question of should you buy it? I've answered it before and I've answered it again. As long as it's one of these big DLCs, the Studios and the Ghostbusters both apply, yes, get it. They add so much to the game in terms of what you can do and how much you can bring to life from your imagination. And then there's also the fact that if there's a park on the workshop that, you know, you want to download and have a look at, get inspiration from, but if it's got a single ghost from the Ghostbusters or one fire effect from the Studios pack, you can't download it and you can't see it and you can't get that inspiration and see that amazing creation. However, I'm now going to talk about the opposite thought, because if it is the Knight Rider or the Back to the Future and they're charging the whole £8 for it, that would be a time when I wouldn't consider buying it, because those packs do just contain a few pieces for a car and a ride skin of some sort. I think it's a waste of money if you're spending £8 on that. So if it is any of those packs, then maybe it's not worth getting it. But I would say most of the time, with what I think is definitely going to come, it's worth it. So there you go, that was my prediction for the next DLC coming to Planet Coaster Console Edition. I hope you've enjoyed and that you found this helpful and interesting, and if you did, be sure to click that like button so that other people can see the video, and maybe even subscribe for more Planet Coaster Console content just like this. I, like I'm sure many of you are, am very excited to see what DLC will be coming to the game next. But I hope that you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.